We are not pursuing a policy of total security, but we are committed to making our country as safe as is reasonably possible. And to do so, it is vital that we introduce TIA.
Now, this is precisely the same argument put forward for the introduction of ID cards, and they have not increased the safety of this country by one jot.
With respect, Lord Causton, the police, the security services, the overwhelming majority of the public would disagree with you about ID cards. Every opinion poll...
But what the public need to know is if TIA becomes law, then every person's card will not only show who they are, but will monitor every single second of their lives, both public and private.
That really isn't the case. But what is perfectly clear is that we need the best intelligence that we can get. It has been a huge sea change from the society that we lived in 10, 15 years ago. But the only important right that will be lost with this bill is the right to disappear, that's all.
Well, what the public will want reassurance on is cost. And the fact that these databases have, so far, been an absolute nightmare.
Stephen, perhaps you'd like to join in.
Yes, Mr. Gibbon says is quite correct. They're a complete nightmare.
When governments manage them, that is.
And even when they are contracted out, they micromanage them to death and the costs go through the roof.
But TIA could work. It will work.
Yes, when handled by the right people in the private sector. I mean, that's why...
But I'm not sure I agree with the Minister. You see, having read this is such a sea change from where we were 10, 15 years ago. Not at all. I mean, in Quarendo, they've known about each and every one of us for years. What all the important information you can sell, your income, your diet, how much alcohol you consume, what books you read, how much your house is worth, your last 3 addresses, who you phone, who phones you, where you travel to, who travels with you, where your children go to school. It would take about 4 minutes for them to do a complete breakdown of any single one of us and then predict with a fair degree of certainty, anything up to 95%, what our attitudes would be to law and order, change, risk, what kind of person we're most likely to marry, the exam grades our children will achieve, where we are on every given day, our life expectancy, and the amount of tax your estate would yield when you die. I mean, according to this, anyone who thinks TIA is alien or foreign to this country has been asleep for a decade, probably several. These people have been making a fortune out of prying into your lives, and you couldn't legislate against them or their type if you tried, not unless you banned credit cards and the internet, which would be rather, totalitarian.